Hello, everyone. How are you, you gorgeous, gorgeous, plump, juicy barrel of monkeys? I see that we already have Eli and we have Jax. Welcome, brothers. Welcome. Thank you, Eli. So, I see a lot of people like this late night chatting. So, I guess I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing late night chats. Um, because a lot of us are night owls, A lot of us have night jobs, need something to pass the time. Um, and it's also easier to talk like this. I'm off from work. Easier to hang out and talk with the family and everything. So, all right, Eli, brother, hold on. Hold up. Copy. Sorry, I'm driving. Hold on. There you go, brother. But yeah. So I was thinking about what we were talking about and everything last night. Oh, we got somebody. And there we go. There we go. What's up, brother?
Oh, chilling, man.
All
You?
right.
Just
Same.
been out, hoping get apartments in. So, pretty nice day. Well, I wasn't going to San Marcos, but, the realtor found me a shitty deal because it was, in the flood zone. So,
Yeah.
it sucks. But, hopefully this time you know, we can find this nicer place. So, yeah.
Right.
But, yes, what you been up to?
Oh, not much, brother. I set up because March is a give back to veterans month,
Oh, okay.
and yeah,
You sound like a robot.
oh, do I? I'm going through back
Yeah.
roads
Sure.
going to my house.
Oh,
Do I sound better now?
wait. Yeah.
Okay.
You still sound like a robot.
Yep, going through hills.
Where you going?
got got that little. Oh, I'm heading home. I am done
Oh,
for the night.
oh yeah. Gonna go cuddle
Yeah.
your missus.
Yes, sir. Oh, she's still working right now. I mean, she's working at the house, but she
Yeah.
doesn't get off until be another hour.
Oh wow. Hey, Paul.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
What's going on? Sorry, I don't got my camera on. So
Oh, you're
yeah.
good, brother. You're good. I'm gonna I'm gonna turn mine off here in a minute too, and do
Yeah.
you know, because I don't like people seeing where I live. You know,
Yeah, same. I'm like that too. I'm kind of
yeah.
iffy about that. Yeah.
It's. I mean, I mean, if anybody wants to come and see me, they may be greeted with, 12 gauge to their face.
Well, I better not show up then.
You're right. No, no, I got cameras and everything all over the place, so I know who's coming on my property and who's not.
Yeah, with Bigfoots and everything. You never know.
Oh,
So, do you think it's possible for people to see Bigfoots every single time they film?
no,
Yeah,
no.
I think it's bullshit.
Yeah. It, people get what's called forest delusions, and like people that's not in the woods all their life and everything, they mistake the refraction of light through the trees and through bushes and certain wind as in inaccurate movements.
It's sort of
It,
like
it,
it's just sort of like when you see stuff in trees and like
yeah,
wood and everything. You know what I mean? Can't remember
yeah.
this.
It's like,
Like, yeah,
well, let me put it through like a paranormal view. It's like how people,
pareidolia, sort of like, right?
yeah, kind of like you see a movement out of your peripheral vision,
Mm,
and you automatically think, oh, that's a spirit or whatever, but
yeah.
it's truly just the light refracting off your peripheral vision,
Hmm.
and it may or may not be something, or it could just be the light.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Nice. Well, okay.
Well, I mean, I see a lot of like disrespect with the paranormal these days and Bigfoots and everything. They want to be like, oh, look at this. But it's just a man in a suit, or it's just trying to get attention.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, brother, it's been that way ever since the beginning. I mean, it started farther back with paranormal. Like there was a famous photographer that was known in the 1800s after the Civil War and everything. Well, kind of during the Civil War, but at the last end of the Civil War,
Hmm.
that was known for his flash photography of people who had loved ones pass away, and he was able to put an incense in his flash mixture to
Oh,
summon. Yeah, and when he would take the picture, the incense would flare up and a puff of smoke would come and summon the spirit of their loved one in the
yeah.
picture with them.
Hmm.
Like even Abraham Lincoln's wife had a picture done with him, and you can see Abraham Lincoln after he died, like looming over Miss Lincoln.
Wow.
Um, yeah,
So, what do you think about that? You think it's just a um? Do you think it's just a picture with the? Do you think it's just the trick of the camera, or do you think that it was just a hoax? Anyone can fake a picture, even back then, because
right.
the pictures weren't that popular back then. They were, but
Hey,
only the
Chad,
richest,
brother.
only the richest got
Yeah,
to own a camera like that. Or
yeah.
hey, hey, Chad, how's it going?
I mean, it could have been faked, yes. I mean, because it took a long time for those pictures to develop. It could have had overlays on it I mean, because there's a lot of video footage and stuff like that from the 80s and the 90s of like security cameras
Mhm.
from, the late 80s, early 90s that have been recorded on so much that
Mhm.
when they play back these videotapes, they see anomalies in the videos.
Mhm.
And all it is recording, is continuous recording over. So it could have been something that happened last recording and it was erased and recorded over, and now it's just creating what's called imagery.
So you're saying, that it could they could have taken the photo, but that image the image of Lincoln is still there, smudged in there to make
Yeah,
it look like a spirit, right?
yes. I mean, because they could have overlapped two images, because there was pictures of Abraham Lincoln all over the place,
Yep.
especially after he was assassinated. So, I mean, they could have easily took a side photo of Lincoln
Mhm.
and incorporated it into, or etched it into, the picture behind Miss Lincoln.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot. It's called smoke and mirrors. I
Mhm.
mean, a lot of people in the 20s, that was in America in the 20s. A lot of people liked Egyptian artifacts, art, ancient artifacts that they could get for free or get for cheap. And they would do seances with it. They would do medium summonings of this stuff. And a lot of people have been called out on it because the way a lot of mediums are, they play on your emotions.
Mhm.
They manipulate you into believing what they're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done it all the way up into the recent 2000s. I mean, like there was a woman that was completely, like, she had a TV show, like Midwest Medium or
Yeah.
whatever. Hey,
Yeah.
CR brother.
Hey, Sarah, brother. How's it
And
going?
what she did what's called fishing.
Mhm.
She would fish for different emotions, and she would ask for a small little backstory of what you experienced, who you lost, who you would like to get in touch with.
Mhm.
And you know, and she did it really well with individuals, but she got called out on Maury in a TV show where she was trying to contact the dead of people in the audience.
Oh
And she was
wow.
picking, yeah, she was
Is
picking
it
out people at random.
is it sort of like, I mean, it reminds me of a séance. You know what I mean? Like, cause back
Awesome.
then,
Teddy. Thank you.
oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good, brother. Go
Oh,
ahead.
it's like a séance. Like people would do that too, but some were caught to be fake. Some were. I mean, I'm not trying to disapprove of it, but I mean,
Yeah.
some were caught to be fake. And I mean, do you think that's possible for them to, like get the ectoplasm out of the people, to make them believe that spirits is coming through loved ones?
Here's
Or
the thing, brother. Like, ectoplasm and, like, static electricity charges, stuff like that, has never been proven to be connected to paranormal activity or anything like that.
hmm
When humans, through a geologist standpoint, there is charges in the earth. And if you walk onto a charge on the earth, we are conductors of electricity.
sorry.
If you, oh, you're good, brother.
if you step over, like, if you're sensitive to energies, which there's hundreds of people that get sick by being by electricity boxes. There's hundreds of people that get sick by being around telephone poles for long periods of time, even generators.
Yeah.
So if you walk into an area and say that you know, there's a foundation of quartz
Uh-huh.
or silver or copper somewhere that can actually absorb natural electricity, and you are susceptible to it, all you need to do is literally put your hand near that object and you get shocked. You feel the vibrations.
Yeah.
Um, and that can be considered superstitious. That can be
But
considered
but 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 any
paranormal.
but anything's possible. You know,
Hmm.
I mean, you can see a creature you've never seen before, and you're like, where did that come from? I mean, who
Right.
knows? Who knows? And you know what? The face analysis, I really don't really, truly trust them because I've never seen one, never was
Yeah.
involved with one. But I think that anything's possible, man. It's just like seeing, Bigfoots and everything. Like it's rarely, and if you catch one, oh my god, you know what I
Right.
mean? So
Well, it's like me, Eli. I've been hunting Sasquatch and cryptids for over 20 years. Okay, and I've only ever had one face-to-face counter in my whole entire life of searching for these creatures. I mean, and that is true face-to-face. I mean, I go to locations. I can find footprints. I can find scat. I can find hair samples all day long.
hey there.
But actually seeing another living, breathing creature, even Gim, even Patterson and Gimli.
Hmm.
Ever since that first video, they have never seen another live face-to-face encounter since that one iconic film. And but it seems like everybody on YouTube can walk out 5 or 10 feet from their front porch and has 20 of them in their backyard.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man. I'm about to hop down, man. Go to bed. Like,
brother, you're
yeah,
good.
long
But
days with my meds, but I just don't get it. Where like, but a lot of people experience so much different things in their lifetime, but some don't record it. Some just experience it and give themselves. Because a lot of people like judging people. A lot of people like saying, "Oh, he's a crazy nut." You know what I mean? Who sees
well,
that?
yeah, because we're at a society that seeing is believing. We
Yeah.
need we need physical proof. It's not like it was 500 years ago where the elders told stories around the campfires and drew cave paintings on the wall of what they encountered,
Yeah.
and you had to believe, and children and the younger adults had to believe what the elders said because the elders' word was law.
Yeah. Thank you, creative. You done this. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like it's tells like you said, it tells from elders to elders and elders.
yeah,
And when it gets to the younger generation, where's the proof?
right.
You know.
I mean, it's like, okay, it's like the Blackfoot tribe,
Uh-huh.
the Blackfoot Native American tribe. For thousands and thousands of years, every 100 years, the ground was supposed to open up, and a lizard-like being would crawl up out of the ground and be considered the end of the world.
Yep.
And it was their job to actually send their best hunter out to kill this creature and skin it and bring back its skin to the elders. Well, the ground and everything has not busted open, and they have not killed a single lizard man in the last almost 300 years.
Yeah.
So, and they're supposed to have a preserved piece of lizard skin from the last hunt that happened.
Yep. Exactly.
But
I think
yeah,
it's myth. Some of it's myth, some of it's true. So I'm gonna hop down, man. I'm just take my
all right,
pills and
brother.
thanks for having me up, man. Appreciate it.
Always, Eli. Always,
All right,
brother.
guys.
You
See
get
you
some
later in
sleep.
chat. All right, you too, man. Later.
Later, bro. But after that fun talking. But yeah, Jax, I mean, it's all seeing is believing. I mean, even in nature, people see things and they allow fear to overcompensate reality. And it's just like first time investigators or first time people out in the wilderness that are city folk, that's never really seen any wildlife except for, yeah, CR. Hold on, let me post let me post the thingy again. Posting, post. Paste. There you go. But it's a combination of fear. It's a combination of being in something that you are not every day accustomed to. A lot of sightings, a lot of things that people see is accustomed to that. It's a part of the fear factor. It's a part of they don't know what it is, so they make it. It's like the Montauk monster. Okay, the Montauk monster was seriously a bear cub that was washed up on shore. It was the same size and everything, even with scientific evidence. It came out to being a bear cub. Nothing nothing else, nothing more. But the way people looked at it and the way people saw it was completely different because it was already halfway rotting and the skin was decaying on it. So that threw people into fear. Um, and yeah, it was beside the Montauk, the Montauk, uh, the laboratory or whatever. So yeah, people put two and two together. Oh, it's got to come from the Montauk place. They got to be doing weird experiments on animals. But maybe they did do experiments on it. Maybe, I mean, there's hundreds of places that used animals for years testing products on. But then but in today's society, today's technology, it's so easy to CGI things perfectly. I'm talking about to where you cannot question it unless you know what you're looking for, specifically in the wilderness. You have to look at the angle of the shadows where the sun is beaming in. if the shadow of the creature is not in the same position as the shadows of the trees and everything. Hold on.
How's my hair?
Hey, CR, bro.
How's my
What's
hair?
up?
Hi, everyone.
Looks good, man. Looks good.
Okay.
No, hold on. My internet's screwing up. I gotta connect to Wi-Fi.
Well, at least I'm here, so if he drops out, I'll still be here.
Yes, you will.
Yay! Oh, I gotta fix this.
It's one of those things. I mean, fear is your number one enemy. In survival, in cryptid hunting, in supernatural, in urbex, even basic scavenging. Like all these survival ideas and everything that's actually coming to light to us. People are afraid. People are showing their fear. I mean, look at all the panic buying. Look at
Don't get me
everything.
started on that. Don't even
Right,
get me
brother.
started on that. I know.
I mean, how's it looking in Canada right now with that? Is it
There's
still
a couple
bad?
words I want to throw out. Fatigue and people's resolve is being tested here. Everywhere, actually, I should say everywhere. All of us.
Right.
All of us. Not just here in Canada or in the US, everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Fatigue setting in.
Mm-hmm.
People, their resolve is being tested.
Yeah. And
It's
that's
true.
a part of,
Everyone you see.
yeah.
Some people
and
handle
that's
it
a part
better,
of
but
survival.
everyone's going through it some form or way.
Yeah. And in every survival manual, everything that we've read from Boy Scouts to the military, whatever, is the idea of being mentally stable in any situation.
Mm-hmm.
But not even the most hardest person can be mentally stable in a survival or wilderness situation to the point where they are not afraid at all, And I hate people saying that because, like, here in the South, you're going to get every backwoods hillbilly saying, "Oh, I'm not afraid of anything. You can throw me out in the middle of the woods with just a knife on my side, and I'm gonna make it back home and make those people pay for what they did." And
Well, if you're not scared or anything, then your heart rate wouldn't be going up.
right,
Like, what did he say? If you're not scared, you're either stupid or lying.
or dead.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah,
We're trying to avoid that.
I know, but it's
Come on, second star. We're trying to help people here. I don't want to drop off.
Well, we gotta. I mean,
15 minutes later, it just dropped off.
it's one of those things, brother. It's like I love that we are trying to prepare people, but it's kind of the same way as anything else, People have to know the reality of things. It's
I'll just randomly show stuff every so often. Like this.
Right.
Or this.
Yeah.
Or this. Or this. Oh, right. Oh, just for you, I brought a special thing. Look.
Thank you, brother.
Just for you. I had it the last time you did a stream. It's
yes.
my lucky charm.
Yeah.
Wait. Everyone's thinking, man, Cedar's milking it now. To him.
Nah. I don't know, brother. society has been babied way too much, like thinking that everything's going to blow over in
It's not always like that.
is right.
And just because something blows over doesn't mean there's after effects that just trickle on to the next thing.
Right.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah, just like with the beginning of the epidemic, beginning of the epidemic was just the tip of the iceberg, like what happened with the Titanic. They saw the tip of the iceberg, but they didn't know how big it was under the water. And it seems like,
It's like this, but it's like this.
yeah. And
It's always
now,
bigger underneath.
right.
You only see
And
like 10% at the top because the way that it floats it pushes it down.
oh yeah. Hey Bama, how you doing,
You
brother?
could say that too,
Yeah. But it
regardless.
and with everything that was
We're already 2
that's
years
been
in.
going on, do what?
Doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah.
It's what you do now, right?
Mm-hmm. And this stuff should have been prepared for. People should have been preparing for it when they saw that toilet paper was ran out easily. They should have thought the same way about food and materials and
It does.
everything. And yeah,
No,
good
it's
old
toilet paper.
yeah.
That's how I store it.
Hey,
Really easy.
that baby wipes. I mean, I'm sorry. I grew up in
But
this.
in today's
Sorry.
society,
Sorry.
today,
Oh, you're good, brother.
No,
Hey, Beth,
I
how you doing?
wasn't trying to play the stream.
Yeah, you're good.
I was trying to like hit space bar. I'm like, no, I don't want an echo in there.
Right.
My bad. Let me mute. Make sure I mute that. I was trying
I
to say
mean,
hi.
yeah, like, I don't want to go back to. I grew up in the old South with an outhouse and everything. I know
Mhm.
how hard it is to wipe with with newspaper, with the paper from phone
My camping
books.
adventures.
Yeah,
That's all it is. Right.
yeah,
Outhouse, public urinal,
yep.
bucket.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a shed trying to take a crap. Yeah, I'm just
Yep,
saying. That's all it is for the real
it
world.
is. And people, it people in the cities, they don't know how to survive without their basic necessities that they can go down to the grocery store and buy it. There's
Well,
only
some
a
people don't want to
handful.
think about it, right? But the
Oh
thing
yeah.
is, I'm not saying there's a fine line being paranoid, and then there's a fine line of just sticking your head in the sand.
Right.
So
Yeah.
because
I
those
mean
words get thrown around. I know they do.
hmm Oh yeah. And now it's perfect. Like with everything that's going on with supply chains, I mean, there's still people literally robbing the AmSouth supply trains in California.
Maybe I'll light a candle for all of us.
Yeah.
My matter.
Oh yeah. I mean, there was actually 2 trucks this
I've heard
week that got broken into,
I've
like
heard
supply
stories
truck.
like these now.
Yeah.
Right? Hopefully it won't become common, but we should be aware of them.
Yep.
Even
Well,
if
the thing is,
okay, Matt.
yeah.
Even if they weren't true, the idea that people are already thinking about it, that these are already getting passed along conversation means that it's in conversation already.
Yep.
So we should expect and plan or prepare just in case those things become more and more reality, like the TP thing, right? Where it's like, it's not
Yeah.
just saying it, or do you have any people are doing it,
Right.
right?
Oh yeah. It
Where the talk becomes the walk.
you're right. And the two supply trailers that were hit here, because now American truckers have to sleep for 8 hours because they're working so much overtime because of everybody else that is laid off. I mean, that is on strike and everything. And they have to rest at rest stops and at truck stops and stuff like that. And like here in Texas, the same truck stop that truck is stopping to sleep at is the exact same rest stop that anybody on the street can get to also and do regular shopping at. It's not just an exclusive for truck drivers. So they don't have security or anything at these places. And if they hear, you know, a meat truck that has its, freezer unit on going, they know that there's meat there. Especially with a meat supply that's being short in most grocery stores. Yeah, I
You
mean,
mentioned the story.
yeah,
It was you. Yeah, it was you that mentioned the story. I've been
yes,
following
sir.
so many more people, and I'm just like, who said that again?
Right.
I know. See,
And
for anyone that's not aware, I've actually have not posted a video or did a live stream all last month because I've been here with the people. I've been here with you twice now,
yes, sir.
coming back
Yeah,
on panel, right?
yeah.
Being with the people.
It's hard, brother. I mean, it's not a fear to me, like being out of meat or anything, because I have a
Inconvenience.
year-round
That'd be
garden.
inconvenience.
Yeah, that means I got to go out and hunt.
Yeah, that
But
means you actually have to do something, right?
yeah, but it's I have three, almost 300 cubic square feet deep freezers that are full with 4 deer that I put down last month. So I'm good on meat. I'm good on all this stuff. But I worry about people like Shadow Scout Swede that live in apartments that don't have all this
Don't
stuff,
just call him out on that. He's right. He's right listening right now.
Hey,
Just call me out on that. What the? I can't believe you just called me out on that. We love you, Shadow. No.
love you, Shadow.
For
Whether or not you're
example,
listening or not.
you're supposed to use
Because Shadow,
example. No names,
yeah,
no specifics. Because really, it could be anyone, really.
Yeah.
Just because
it
we
is.
use a specific example doesn't mean it could be anyone, right?
Yeah,
We all know
I
different kind of people, right?
yeah, I just
Like
wanted to
this,
give Shadow a shout out,
Oh, whatever. You never mentioned me like that.
I know.
I'm throwing away the star. Just kidding. I love the star.
I love you,
It glows in the
Sierra.
dark. I've had
I
this
love
thing.
you, brother. You're
Yeah.
great.
He's exaggerating. Wait, he's exaggerating.
Nah. Me
He's
and
BSing
CR
with all you. He's just like,
me and CR's been friends since what? Since I first started. Yeah.
well, that's
Like,
true. I admit that.
yeah.
I admit that.
Yeah. Yeah. CR, if y'all don't know, this guy right here, CR, is one of the first people that that saw my stuff, and we've been friends ever since. He crashes my stuff, I crash his stuff.
I do that because it's got CR in it.
I know,
Just saying. But yeah.
but
How's the
yeah,
gas
like
down there? How's the gas down there? I don't know.
it's
I
in the mid $3. Some places 3.25, some places 3.50. Like
remember everyone, gas in the US is by the gallon. Here in Canada, it's by the liter. And obviously,
really,
conversion,
yeah,
exchange rate, and stuff like that. So you got to factor that in.
that's crazy. That is crazy. Jerry, he took a hiatus from YouTube after everything started going crazy. Like he just stepped away.
Well, Jerry, we're
posted,
still with you in spirit, though.
yes.
If you hear our voice, ESP somewhere, it says Jerry with you.
He pops into our chats every once in a while.
Yeah, I have seen him.
Yeah.
Like not
Yes.
recent, but I have seen him within the last 6 months. So.
Hey, Coconut, how you doing?
Coconut.
Thank you for coming over. Cheers.
Wait. Cheers, yeah.
Yep. Cheers.
You better make sure yeah, okay. Batteries. As long as my battery keeps going up or steady, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, Bama, he's still good.
Well, gas here in Canada is like let's say maybe as low as $1.35 liter. It's as high as $1.80 out east though, in some other places
Really?
too. And I've already been saying to some of my Canadian people that I know, I'm like, at this rate, it's gonna be $2, or how I say it in Canadian terms, it's gonna be a toonie hitter for gas. That's a $2 coin, by the way.
Right.
That'd be the next big number,
Step
right? If it becomes something like that, right? Because it's the next whole number, right?
Mhm.
One thing if it's, it's like the difference saying, it's been hanging around $4, but now it's at 5 or something like that. That'd be big for it, right? Because it's at the next whole number, which means they're probably not going to drop it back down.
Yep.
At least for a while, if any.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's been fluctuating between $2.50 to $3 for the longest time. And
But
now
it's
with
that next whole number.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're
Yep.
right. Most likely you're not going to see it drop anytime soon. Then
No. We saw it. We saw it drop.
If anything, I've been listening to Uncle. This is what he's been saying.
Oh yeah.
Right. He said this even in the fall, right? It's just like, yeah. I think Uncle is always right, but most of the time he is. He has some insight in there.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
And I listen to Uncle Al and everything too, but it's one of the things, it's like there's so much out there, and
what do you mean there's much out there?
Like
there's so much out there. What's out there? There's so much out there, but I don't know what you're talking about.
like
what?
Prices.
Oh, prices. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Inflation has hit us hard.
I've already said this on with Shadow and Uncle Al before on Saturday. Inflation's that is one of the things. The inflation and the resources.
Yep.
Okay.
And every time we run low, that's when you see the inflations kick in.
Mm-hmm.
You're good. Like with food prices right now, in a lot of major cities and everything up north in the States, like Cincinnati, Chicago, places like that. I've seen 10-pound racks of beef ribs go for almost $80 a pound.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and a lady did a TikTok on it, and there was 4 separate 10-pound things of ribs at a store, and each one of them was between $230 to $250 for a 10-pound rack of beef ribs. And and I'm seeing the stuff on TikTok and everything and social media stuff that people are posting about their own places, like General Mills. General Mills is laying off people left and right and shutting down machineries that should be producing all day long, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But they can't because they rely on outsourced materials for their ingredients, like honey and nuts and everything from other countries. And
inflation, right?
it's,
For
yeah,
inflation, less jobs, right? It's not just a bag gets smaller. There's less people,
right. Yeah,
less opportunity. The
it's
resources that do go around are getting delayed, used somewhere else. Actually, that's
yeah,
a big thing right now. Actually, I keep forgetting. Like, it's been deferred to somewhere else, right? Because if you have 100%, you can only allocate so much.
right.
You allocate 40% somewhere else. Well, that's 40% that the other 60% can't use.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, right?
Oh yeah.
Just the way it is, right? Foreign aid, all that stuff. I'm not saying against it, but
Yeah. See, Bama, like even here in Texas, like, see, that's a good price for premium gas where you're at. But like here in Texas, we are literally the gas capital of, San Antonio and everything. Our premium gas is almost at $5 a gallon, and we're right here at the gas main.
yeah, I I, I have something to share now. I
Yeah.
can't. I haven't fact checked it, but someone did tell me this. I do believe them to a certain degree because I don't think she would lie to me. She was
Right.
here in Canada too. That
Yeah.
that kind of, how do I say? I would just use this really loosely. Gas and dash, that kind of thing. Yes,
Yeah.
you may be seeing that. I've been hearing about it already.
Yeah.
So I'm already starting to hear about it, which means that there's talks. Even even if it's not true, people are already talking about it. So that means consider that. Consider that. Hopefully, it would never come down to that, but hey, you start toward TP, so I don't know. Anything can happen.
Yeah. One of the people that's in our community and everything that's in California, he just said that basic gas in California has gone up to almost $8 a gallon. And that's California, and
And remember,
anything.
we're coming into the spring now in North America. That's one
Yeah,
thing. What happens if we keep going in the fall, next winter?
right.
Then what? It'll probably even be worse. Because winter,
Yep.
obviously, you use more.
Oh
You
yeah.
idle more. You have to warm it up. Just the way it is, right? So, like, I know because I think the springtime is actually the easiest part of the parts because it's getting warmer.
She's out here with me. Sorry.
Tell her I say
Miss.
hi at least.
Yep, she shut the door. She's ready for bed.
She shut the door on my face.
Yeah,
I mean,
she
I'm
shut
just
the
kidding.
door on
I'm just
both
kidding.
our faces.
Love you, Mrs. Star. But, dang it, I got derailed there. Squirrel moment. But
Yeah,
if you think about it, people are already.
wanna go in, Chloe? Come on, baby. Sorry, the dog heard her mom and has to go into her mama.
No, now I remember. Thanks, Coconut. You remind me of it now. But we're
Right.
coming into spring, right? That's actually probably the easiest time because things are getting warmer. No one cuts grass yet because grass hasn't grown. Summer,
Right.
grass grows longer. Fall, there's leaves, all this other stuff. Winter, it's cold. So springtime's actually the easiest time right now, in my opinion. Based on those three things, right? It was like even if you have a yard or whatever, you can just probably rake it. Even if you use a lawnmower or whatever, you're just passing by it real fast, right? So it's not like you're cutting grass every second 2 weeks, for example, or shredding leaves or blowing leaves in the fall, or using a snow blower heating up your vehicle in the winter. Those would use a lot more fuel over time.
Well, the thing that people have been talking about, like people have been talking about everybody trading in their basic gas cars for diesel cars.
Or electric.
Yeah.
Well,
Not electric because. Oh, go ahead, brother.
Well, because I know Ben was thinking about the probably green movement, and I'm not against the green movement, but
yeah,
realize if you're dependent on electricity, if the grid's down, what's your option? I'm for the green movement, but I also realize in emergency preparedness, if you don't have the grid, then what? Right.
Well, like Tesla has now created a solar charging station for his Tesla cars. Instead of it being connected straight to your house, you actually have a solar panel to charge the backup battery to charge your car with. But
what happens if it's extremely cloudy, raining for a long time, a period of time? Hail.
Yeah.
Hail damage, right?
Yep.
Right. We still need per se of movable fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That probably isn't, dependent on electricity per se. Right.
Well,
at this rate, let's just go hybrid.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the thing is,
I think I'm more of a fan of the hybrid now because at least you have an option. You have both.
Yeah. But like diesel, a lot of the people that are not preppers, but like with FEMA and stuff, they're now telling people to have at least one diesel truck or diesel, like European diesel vehicle, like a Mercedes or a Land Rover or something like that, because like in the 80s and the early 90s, you can
what happens if your gas is like 20 bucks a gallon?
Well,
are you really gonna be able to still do that? I'm just saying hypothetically, right? Like in electric, I'll be devil's advocate. The electric doesn't always mean green. It depends where that's coming from, right?
But like with diesel, like those kind of European motor diesels, they are meant to have like the recycled grease diesel and can burn that. Kind of like how older model cars in America can, like from the 50s and the 60s, could burn moonshine and use it as a fuel source. I mean, you'll burn out the engine a lot quicker, but if you don't drive it every day, I mean, it will last. But But the thing is you got to know how to make diesel fuel out of grease, bleach, and citric, some kind of citrate acid. So you got to know like
Oh, so
chemistry to
now we're
do.
doing the chemistry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we'll discuss the chemistry. See, we got
Yeah.
chemistry here.
I mean, you know, I could see it, and like people say, "Oh, go and get grease," because you can get grease from fast food restaurants for free. Like they will literally, if it's closing down, they will empty out their grease vats for you if you bring your own containers. So, I mean, if you don't mind smelling like Taco Bell and KFC and all that stuff when you drive down the road, I mean, more power to you.
Hey, where did Second Star go? I could smell him.
Right?
You'll be
Just
like that,
follow
right?
the
You'll be like,
smell.
what? And that give new meaning to follow your nose.
Right?
You get lost or something, you'd be like, I can smell my vehicle though.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. Don't
I
get
mean,
lost. Idea is don't get lost in the first place.
right. I say stock up on gas and
You
get
know what I was also thinking?
a moped.
You know what I was also thinking?
Hmm.
Are people gonna buy stabilizer?
Right.
I'm just saying, right? I mean, like, always think you gotta think ahead, right? It's like, what
Yeah.
would you do? Would you dip into this? Be like, maybe I should buy all the stabilizer.
Right. And
Right.
get the pure metal
get more
jerry
bang out of it.
cans.
If you know,
Oh yeah. And also buy military jerry cans, the military stainless steel jerry cans, because the reason why gas really goes bad is because we keep them in the plastic containers, and the plastic containers are only meant to hold it from point A to point B. It's not meant for long-term storage use. So fill up with the plastic containers, bring it back, and pour that stock into the jerry cans, and put the jerry cans back, and then stock up on your stabilizers and put that in every 6 months. I mean, it works.
well, one thing I've done here is reduce how often I use the snowblower.
Right.
So I'll use. Well, I've made this thing to help me out, but because it has wheels and it has a lever action for the snow, so
Yeah.
sometimes I'll use that first. Only using the snowblower as absolutely necessary. Either the snow's really, really deep or really heavy.
Right.
Right. I'm not using a snowblower if it's like, oh, it's like 2 inches of fluffy snow. By the time I get it out and crank it up, I'll be halfway down the ground with a shovel. So,
Yeah.
right.
Well,
So,
that's like what you can do and what I can do is, like on Wish, there is a conversion kit for bicycles to turn it into a moped. It's got a 2-gallon bank on it. It can get, but like what Bama gets, it gets almost about 100 to 150 miles per gallon. And when you're not needing to use the motor, you can pedal it back. And you can also go to Tractor Supply and get one of the all-terrain mini motorcycles that will drive the backcountry.
that reminds me what Uncle Al said. Remember what Uncle Al said about the bicycles.
Yep.
I think considering what's going down, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have no gas or it's been tampered, let's just say, wouldn't it be easier to ride a bicycle home than bike? And let's
Yep.
just say everything else is good. You're just inconvenienced. It's not great down. Right?
Right.
I think I ride
Yeah.
a bike home. I ride a bike,
Yeah.
you know, let's say 100 miles or whatever it is, right? That's probably gonna be better
Mm-hmm.
biking. Right? We'll get back faster.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because I was just thinking to myself, if we're already hearing stories about this, it's only a matter of time that people are ballsy about it. You know, they'll do
Yep.
it. Right?
Yeah. I mean, the
Right.
thing is like Americans are lazy. Americans have became lazy over the last 100 years. I mean, we rely on everything to do something for us. We rely, I mean, like what Beth said, you know, everybody drives a golf cart, and they do that here in Texas too. Like, instead of getting out and actually walking up and down the street and everything, people will get in their golf carts and drive a quarter of a mile, or they'll get in their golf cart and drive down their driveway to get their mail and drive back to their house, which is
Well, you know what?
maybe 15
There's
steps.
that saying, let's go for a joyride. It's
Yeah,
not going to be just kicked out the window now, right? Where it's
right.
just like no one does that.
Yeah,
You know, we can't. No, we can't just go for a joyride, CR. I just paid like $10 for this gas. It's not even full,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So I'm thinking like, I think these more important things that you can still do. Maybe
yeah.
have get the
Oh, I
efficiency up
know
as
that.
much as possible. You know, your tire pressure, stuff like that, right?
Right.
You know, maybe you can again that extra gallon. 5 miles on
Yeah.
the same tank. That'd be nice,
Oh, yeah.
right?
It
Because the thing about efficiency, that will keep going for you for a little bit.
right.
You know,
Yeah. I mean, you know, there's plenty of ways with technology today to be able to, if people in literally third world sub-Asian countries like Vietnam and Taiwan and the Philippines, if they can make solar powered mopeds and, you know, that run on a constant flow of power, and they make it out of junk, and places like Cuba that they don't even make money to make gasoline, but somehow they are able to figure out the exact combination on how to make gasoline out of vodka and other chemicals. I mean, we need to learn from that.
biodiesel,
Yeah,
biofuels,
biodiesel.
right,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I mean, we look down on it, but
May come
that's
back
the
down to
stuff.
that. It may come back up to that where you gotta
Yeah.
supplement that in. You
I
can.
mean, Cuban fishermen have to use biofuel in their boats to go out and catch their daily food, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Well, because
And
the second star, I was just thinking, I'm like, what's like, oh, that's 10 cents, 20 cents. Oh, that's not that much. Well, when is it start mattering to you? Where's that threshold where it's like, oh, it's only 5. I could still do it. Okay,
you know,
6, 7, 8, 9. Or, you know, where's that
right.
threshold where oh, it's coming up. Maybe I should do something else. Or
Yeah.
you know, it's better to think about
And
that in advance and be like, hopefully it won't come up to that point.
Right.
I don't want to see
It's
$2 for gas here in Canada, and I'm pretty sure you guys in the US don't want to see it at
I don't want to see
$10
$10.
a gallon.
Yeah.
Right? $10. Let's say $10 a gallon, just to be on that this even number, right?
Right. And I mean,
Because
you know,
I know what would happen if gas here in Canada becomes $2 a liter, or for you
Yeah.
guys in the US, $10 a gallon. Oh,
yeah. I mean, that's
it's crazy
literally,
not happen for that, because
yeah.
it's that next number, right? It's like saying the difference between, oh, it's only $9.99 compared to 10. There's a
Mhm.
difference, even though it's 1 cent. It's still a difference because
Right.
you're at that next whole number. You're at that point,
Oh,
right? That's why
well,
prices were
technically,
always $9.99, right? Because it seems
yeah.
cheaper.
Well, it is like with our gas, okay?
Mm.
It'll say $2, say $2.32 or $2.35 a gallon, but
Right.
it's also 9 tenths on it. So it's not $2.35. It's actually $2.36, but they put that 9 tenths on it, and people don't understand what that fraction means. Even to today, they don't
I don't
understand
know.
what that fraction means.
I'm Canadian. I don't know this US stuff.
Yeah,
It's all
see?
foreign. It really is
Yeah.
foreign.
It's an extra
I walk into a
penny
gas
for
station
the
and be like,
value.
what's this 9 tenths thing? The clerk would be like, you must be new. I'd be like, yeah. How'd you know?
Yeah.
Because no one asked that.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's people that come from Mexico over here, and they there was an older Hispanic lady that was at the gas stop, I mean, at the cashier, and she was saying, with my math and everything, it should come out to this price, but it's actually came out being 50 cents more than what it's supposed to be, because you're saying it's $2.30, and that extra penny adds up. And they're like, well, it's the 9 tenths. So you're paying 9% of a penny. So yeah. And that blew her mind.
It's wild,
Yeah.
right? I don't even know.
Yeah. She's yeah. And she was upset about it. She pitched such a fit that they literally had to refund her 50 cents. And she was happy about it.
Well, like you
Because,
said,
yeah.
but you think about that, and you what factored in. How much was that? What was the price
Mm,
on that? Like 2, 3? That's probably
yeah,
factored
two
that in
dollars
if
and
it went
thirty
up to
cents. Yeah.
$7, $8, $9, $10.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it would, but hypothetically, if it went up that high, that means that 50 cents is probably like $5.
Yeah.
Then it'll be a real big deal,
Oh yeah.
right? Because people can shrug off little amounts, but it's $5, $10. Then it's like, wow. Then they'll make a
Right.
fit. They'll make a case
Oh
about it and stuff like that.
yeah. Beth, my gas isn't $2.30. I was just saying what happened. Like our gas is actually $3.15 where I am. But it was the emphasis on that
Mm.
she didn't understand what the 9 tenths
You
is.
know what I was also thinking?
Yeah.
Because I think it still holds true, right?
Mm-hmm.
You burn more fuel in stop and go traffic, and the more times you have to stop and go.
Right.
That still holds true, right? I think that stuff still holds
Yes.
true. Because you hear
Yes.
about this in the green movement, right? They say use the fuel more efficiently, right? Avoid rush hour if you
Mhm.
can, right? Because if you're stuck in gridlock, you're
Right.
really just literally burning the fuel.
Oh
That's
yeah.
it, right? Idling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind, right?
Yeah.
Because you're burning the fuel in traffic when it's like 95 out. Well, I'm not trying to stay warm, so I'm not using it for that,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So
But that's the thing, you know, people
maybe
in today,
tune-ups might be something to consider,
yeah. I mean,
especially if you can get one for free, and that could help.
right. Oh
You know, a
yeah.
friend helps you out with a tune-up, right? You get a
You
little
help.
bit better mileage. It might help, right? But, I
Yes.
mean, honestly, you're not noticing it in terms, but you'll be like, hey, I didn't spend quite as much to fill the other half of the tank this time.
Yeah.
It seems like it, right? But,
Well, like here in America, we have fuel saving stuff like fuel additives that
Mhm.
you can put into your car, but for an extra fee per gallon. Like, say it's like $1.25 per gallon on
Okay.
top of the gas that you're buying. But the
Mhm.
fuel additives are supposed to help eat away at the grime and grudge of the gasoline that's going into it. So it's kind of like you're cleaning your engine, but you're still putting in the same gas that is causing this to happen. So you're never going to truly get it clean, but they're making that $1.25 extra for telling you that it's going to help your engine. And I see
Mhm.
people already putting $100+ into their big, 4x4 F-350 trucks, and then they're putting another like $50 on top of it by trying to keep their engine clean. And it's like, why? If you're going to do that, put in an engine cleaner and run it, and run it until the
Tire
gas is
pressure,
out. Yeah.
even how much you're carrying affects
Mhm.
mileage, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand people have to carry stuff, work purposes and stuff like that. So you can't just, we're stripping it down to minimal weight. No, right?
Right.
But these options have to be considered now, because
Yeah.
if your income's only X amount, 100%, you start using, like, let's say if you were using before 10% of your budget or whatever for gas, now you're gonna use 20.
Yeah.
That's 10% that you can't use for something else now. It has to be
Yeah.
pulled away from whatever, right? Entertainment, food,
Yeah.
or
Let
whatever,
me
right?
let me answer Bama real quick. Bama, most of those house taxes and everything is because you're living in the community. Those taxes go to everything from helping pay the city workers to help pay for whatever's needed for school, whatever's needed to help fix the roads, all that stuff. So the land taxation is that road is government property that's leading to your house. So you literally are paying for the upkeep to get to your house.
Yeah, because no one wants a pothole.
Right.
I'm just saying, right? No one likes potholes, right? So
Yeah.
everyone complains about those. So
And no land, no matter where you're at, no land is literally your land because here's the thing, if you stop paying your taxes or anything, the city literally can come and take your land from you because it's not yours. And that's why I don't understand why people say it's my land, my land, my land. Because it's not. Everything is owned and controlled by the government. Like, because it has to go back into the flow of society to keep things running. And yeah, it's theft, but that's the way the world flourishes, because money doesn't grow on trees. All the world's currency is recycled, and evenly distributed back out to everybody.
Most of the time.
Right.
Most of the time.
Yeah,
Disclaimer.
most of the time.
Disclaimer right there. Most of the time.
Yeah.
The intention is to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't always mean it's there for the people that really need it, right?
Right.
Because
It's
second star.
Yeah.
I did mention this on another live stream on their side chat, but the thing to think about is, remember, I've said this before with Shadowstone and Monclaw, we're facing multiple fronts right now of attacks. I'm using that as a metaphor. I'm using a war metaphor right there, but it's true because right now we are, right?
Right.
Inflation, gas is going up even more, right?
Yep.
Right. We're forgetting about the natural events that can happen still. We don't know,
Mm-hmm.
right? We all hope. Oh yeah, there won't be any tornadoes here in North America. There won't be any hurricanes that hit landfall. Cause major
Right.
damage. All right, probably not. There's probably going to be at least one, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
If it hits your area, right, the supply
Yep.
just goes plummet, right, because the demand increases dramatically. Money has to be per se printed. Oh, now we got to provide relief aid. All right, here's another bill to provide X amount of dollars for relief aid for this area. It's a state
Right.
of emergency, and that has to be done first because priority, right? I mean,
Yeah.
right. We could consider those things because those things will probably still happen. But that
Mm-hmm.
does stop just right. If we're lucky, it might be a low, very slim, not much action here.
Right.
Best case scenario. Right. What happens? But the thing is, what happens if it's like last year for
Yeah.
people for the natural stuff, right?
Yeah.
Think about fires,
Mhm.
hurricanes, the flooding, right?
Yeah.
All those things happened last year.
Yep.
Cold for you guys, right? In Texas, that was last year, right?
Yep.
Here in Canada, we had the heat wave, the heat dome.
Oh, you want to
Covered
know?
like
You want to know
five
what happened?
provinces. I calculated the warning from that, the heat warning. It covered 28% of the country by volume, by land area. That's a
You want
lot.
to know where our governor
That's a
went?
lot. That's a lot of land area to cover. Like per
Oh yeah.
se, a heat dome. Where it's
Yeah.
hotter than usual.
Yeah.
I mean, for
But
you guys, it's nothing, right?
yeah,
You'd be like,
like
oh,
what
it's
Rip
95?
Curl
That's
said.
nothing.
Yeah, like what Rip Curl said. Rip Curl, like last year when Texas had the snowstorm that put over 232 counties without water, electricity, and everything for almost 3 months. You want to know where our wonderful governor of the state of Texas went during that? He took his wife, his 2 daughters, and everything to the Bahamas. Yeah, with that money that was supposed to go and help us, but he went and took a all expense paid trip with his family and left Texas and had us all suffer.
But that's what I mean, though, right? I mean, like, if you think about it like that, I mean, I'm not saying it would happen like that again, but
Oh, it probably would with our governor.
but what I'm saying is these extended periods of time where if that happens again, so
Mm-hmm.
it'll be that combo attack 1-2 punch right again against us. It'll even hurt us even more, right?
Yeah.
Because face it, we're all recovering. Not
Yeah.
from the pandemic, but I mean in general, right? We're not. Right? I don't want you hear mainstream. Well, post-pandemic times. I mean pre-pandemic times. No. Things are still not like that. It's not like
Right.
fuel was that level before. Food was
Yeah.
widely available, right? It was all in the past.
But if it was a perfect society, if it was, if the world was ran how it looks on paper, like this is how it's supposed to be. All the taxes that we pay is not supposed to go and line these politicians' pockets with gold. This money is supposed to go back into the community.
Yeah.
Right. But
I like how we said that word at the same time. It's like
yeah.
people in our community.
And in a perfect world where America and all these first world countries are supposed to be a viewpoint, because all these other smaller countries look at America and Canada and the UK to learn how to run their countries.
And
Because
can I say something?
yeah,
And we can learn from them. If mishaps happen in other countries, we can learn, hey, these are how some people dealt with it. That's what some people did. Some people had to do. And be like, let's learn from that, right? In terms of preparedness, right?
right.
These are people right now, right? They're bugging out. Literally,
Yeah.
they're evacuating out. That's totally true. You see the bag on their backs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. We're in that situation, gray man.
Yeah.
No one even cares. It's not even. No one cares. You got a bag on. You got a bag on.
Right.
Right, because everyone else is in. So it's going to be gray man to have a bag on. Right?
Yeah. That's why I say
you're
the
carrying a
great
card or something. That might be gray man just because the
Yeah.
way that it at that time, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's why I said like the gray man idea, like in security companies and everything. We are trained to look for the gray man people, because the gray men, or the gray man idea, is literally what domestic terrorism and the people that aren't trying to stand out, the people that are trying to hide and be looked away, those are the ones that we look at, and we're trained to say that, hey, that individual is acting very suspicious. Yeah, it's, and it may have worked 20, 30 years ago when the population wasn't so flamboyant and very open-minded and talkative and show-offs. But nowadays, like I said, to be a gray man, you have to blend in with everybody else. Like you have to wear the flashy clothes. You have to be seen, because everybody is doing TikTok. Everybody is on their cell phone.
It depends. And like I said, it depends on the area. You want to blend into the natural area more likely, whatever that natural area looks like, whatever it is. And once
Well, even
pink, maybe you need to wear pink. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, even now, like in today's standards, going back to country, like the deep south and stuff like that, the rednecks, the actual country boys that talk with a deeper accent than I do, they don't even wear camo or anything anymore to show that they're country. Like they are literally wearing flashy Nikes. They're wearing, flamboyant clothing, and their trucks are loud, obnoxious, and multicolored. Like they stick out like a sore thumb. Where and they're not driving just broken down trucks anymore.
Well, I mean, just to nurse direction, what I was going to go through was coming back to the bicycle thing, right? Some of these people actually had to bail on foot from their vehicles.
Right. Yeah.
20 kilometers, 20 miles, whatever units, right?
Yeah.
Would have been a little bit faster, easier on a bike. if you had that option.
Right.
It was still a road. People are already walking on it, right?
Yeah.
You just be like the one getting to the next checkpoint faster if you had
Yeah.
to, right?
Well, that was the thing. Like
Well,
in
remember,
that.
remember, and I gotta point this out. If there's a
Mhm.
tailwind, you're probably using less energy because you're coasting more.
Right.
Obviously, it's not always like that. If it's a headwind, well, you might be using a little bit more energy
Yeah.
than walking, but you'll get there faster still.
I mean, that would
in a
work
situation
for
like that, right?
individuals. Yeah. That would work for like individuals that didn't have, but most of the people that were coming had families, had
No, I know,
children.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, though. I mean, I'm not saying that
And
was
like,
an option for everyone. As a
right.
single individual, you could have did that.
Yeah.
Right?
And there was people that were riding bicycles that they just found on the road, like just pedaling it. And they made it there first, but they were by themselves, But
Yeah.
it's.
I mean, transportation is still part of what we need. We do need transportation. It's part
Right.
of survival too, right? Because we have to move stuff around. We have to get around, right? Move to where there are resources, or move away because something's happening, right? So,
Yeah.
you know,
But see,
that's
Rip
important.
Curl, yeah. Like,
Right.
here's the thing, Rip Curl. Like what's happening in Russia right now, their economy is almost ready to collapse because of the way we
I've
have.
seen videos of people shopping there.
Yeah.
That's another point of view. See, I think we need to understand the point of view, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not specifically saying specifically to one nation, but
yeah,
it's the people that get affected, right?
Yeah.
They didn't want this, or some of them didn't want this, right?
Yeah. But if
many of
the
them we might share common things, right? That language, or how we
if
talk,
the
probably,
economy,
yeah, they like to eat, they like to have coffee. Maybe some of them like to prep. I don't know.
well, the thing is like he's saying that like the elite class will have enough money to fix everything and make it perfect. But like look at all the rich people that's in Russia right now. Their economy, their value of their money has dropped so little that even the rich people are now having to spend thousands upon thousands of what is it called, ruples or whatever, just for a loaf of bread. Like the economy of a country is not only valued on how much resources you have, but it's also valued by kind of like credit now. And if your country does something like what Russia's doing, attacking a innocent country, the world economy can collapse your value. So if say here in America, the dollar bill drops, okay? It's already been dropping for the last 20 years. I mean, the euro is more expensive. I mean, it is worth more than an American dollar. Even though it still holds its value, it's still lower than what it was 30 years ago.
Mm.
And when the value of money drops, it doesn't matter how much you have, it's still worth that same value because it's paper. It is a monetary value. And unless you,
I was just looking at exchange rate.
Yeah. Unless you,
for us here in Canada.
yeah,
78 cents
unless
per
you cash
US
it,
dollar. It was at that 79 mark, so just saying. 1 cent down. 1 cent down.
yeah. And how much look how much the Russian currency has dropped in the last week.
And remember, nothing else is happening.
Hey,
Nothing natural is
Magdalene, how
happening,
you doing? Yeah,
right? Like I said, right? What happens if there's whatever natural disaster happens in whatever area you're in?
yeah,
You're in North America, Asia, Europe, whatever, right? Then what?
yep.
Because that'll be that, you know, this is inflation, this is that natural disaster. That's a 1-2 punch. That's a hurt.
Yeah.
Even more,
Oh,
right? People will become more desperate because now it's just like,
I mean, even other countries won't even accept the Russian currency right now. They won't even take it. So if your country has that low of a value on their currency, like you can't even trade it to other countries to get another currency because they just won't take it. It's like what happened to Germany after
I think
World
I
War
heard
II.
where there people are like, yeah, what you said, trying to grab our currency. Like, hey, like my friend sent me this $50 US bill. I think maybe and they didn't use it, right? I
Yeah.
think they'll probably use it now. They'll deem it,
Yeah.
I know it's a collectible item, but I'm sorry, this is more important, right? It might come down to that. Or
Yeah.
people that may have had like, let's say, coin collections or whatever, they dip into that because it's
Yep.
more important. They deem it important enough to dip into that, right?
Right. And that's another thing. Like to make things value, people would rather take precious metals or
Oh yeah,
jewelry.
yeah. I almost forgot about that. Metals and stuff like that because they
Yeah. Because if
retain
the
their value
economy
longer.
collapses, yeah, it retains longer. Because everything that is a piece of paper burns. And that's why it's called burnable money, is because it could be
Oh, so
printed.
you got money to burn?
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
that's where the saying goes.
yes.
Because
Because,
no one says you have gold to burn. No one says
right.
that.
Yeah. I mean, but any country will take precious metals, will take jewelry, will take anything. Like look at Peru, what happened in Peru. People were literally selling their jewelry, they were selling old coins because the old coins carried precious metal in them, silver, copper, stuff like that. Those coins can be melted down and be used for other needs.
Machinery, electronics that
Yeah,
could be sold or whatever,
right.
used or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
And
second star, Matt. I
yeah,
want to say that, in my opinion, we're gonna have to start reusing stuff or repurposing stuff or using things a
mhm.
lot better, more efficiently. Because I think, in my opinion, in the next couple of years, it's the resources that we're gonna be
Oh yeah.
the big thing, big thing. The resources themselves,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
It
I've
is.
said this to some other people. I think, yeah, it's coming back down to that, which makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
we've
because
turned ourselves into a throwaway country. So
well,
everything has an expiration date to be.
I was gonna say second star. It's because
Yeah.
there's my rationale behind it. Okay, we need more food or whatever,
Hmm.
right? So okay, to get more food, we need more seeds. We have more
Yep.
seeds, we need more water. We need more water, we need more fertilizer.
Yep.
All right. So, all right. So along that
Everything.
chain, those get more expensive because
Right.
the supply
Hey,
goes down, but the demand's still as high.
hey, everybody. Welcome, Susan. Tell Susan hi. Tell Susan Martinez hello before she goes out the exit, out the back door. You know,
Like a flying star.
bye, Susan. Yeah, like a
star.
burning star. Bye, Susan.
Yeah.
I always have fun with them. Make
That should
them
be your saying, hey,
feel
sir.
welcome.
Look at them fly away like a shooting star.
Right?
Come on, you can do that.
Yeah. It's just,
And
I
for
mean,
me, I
yeah.
could be like, they're taking off on a cruise, like, you know, that has CR in it. I just say, gonna make it fun.
You're right.
But
It is just,
when people were talking about the seats, I was already, I think that was last year
yeah.
more, but I was already thinking like, well, fertilizer,
Mm-hmm.
because it goes hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
And fertilizer is heavy too,
Yep.
per se, right? So if fuel's going up, they have to offset the cost of the fertilizer,
Right.
or have less shipped out, or shrink the package, whatever, right? Whatever
Yep.
they deem necessary, right? Because, second story, there's another thing I've been looking into for places that have garbage pickup,
Mm-hmm.
right? There might be a time where they cut it from, like, let's say once a week, if it's once a week, to every second week, but
Yeah.
that's the whole year. Might come back down to that, right? So you
Yeah.
start noticing stuff like that. Yeah, things are starting to amp out more because people,
Oh, yeah.
they're considering those options now
Yep.
to cut cost, right?
And I've also heard in America that our seed production, like our seed farming plants and everything, like seed farms, are because of the distribution problems and everything. They're having to get rid of thousands of pounds of seeds, and because they don't have enough storage for them. They don't have, because with seed farms, they only have a limited amount of storage. Everything else is supposed to be distributed and sent out to farms and all this stuff. And
Mhm.
once their stockpiles are completely full, they have to burn the excess away. They can't just resow it and reuse it. So,
Yeah, again
like,
about that
with
disposable,
yeah,
unfortunately, right?
and that's
I
how
mean,
we think everything is. It's disposable. It's able to be thrown away, and we can just regrow it back.
I mean,
But
even if you think about what happened out west with the drought,
yeah,
in the U.S., for you guys in the
we're
U.S.,
still
right?
recovering from that.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, people have to just switch out to something else and something else, or not plant or whatever, right? You know, hopefully the yield
And
will be
even
better this year. Hopefully, you know,
yeah,
being optimistic, but being realist. Okay, what happens if it's not? What's
yeah,
plan B? Okay, just thinking ahead, trying to think at least a couple more steps ahead, right?
yeah,
Because we pretty sure we all can agree we haven't recovered much
right.
since for a while now.
Well,
Like I said, because we're getting hit with these 1-2 punches, right? We're still recovering from the first hit, let alone the second hit.
yeah,
And then there's another 1-2 punch, and then you're just metaphorically just getting comboed, and now you're down.
yeah.
Right?
Well, Tyson Chicken Factory, they had to
the
buy
way that you brought
stock
up Tyson,
from Mexico.
I said 1-2 punch. Tyson, what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, they bought the chicken factory in West Virginia bought over like 5,000 chickens from Mexico and had them shipped up here. Well, the reason why chicken is so rare now in grocery stores is because those chickens had a highly contaminated version of the bird flu, and
Oh,
it contaminated all the chicken stock.
oh,
So chickens from 2 months ago has to be recalled and disposed of.
yeah.
And then they literally had to
For
kill
safety reasons,
90% of their
of course,
stock.
right? Just to
Yeah.
add to the chicken thing, see, out west in British Columbia here, out on the Pacific, during that
Mm-hmm.
flood / freeze, there was a state of emergency in that province, right?
Yeah.
They lost chickens too, right? So think about
Yeah.
it like that.
Yeah.
So the U.S. is using some. Here in Canada, we're losing some, right? So you just can't just buy from someone else.
Right.
Buy your problems away. No, because
Yeah.
they're hurting too, right? They're not gonna give up that much.
Right.
Not without a pretty penny, as they say,
Oh yeah.
right? So all those things we're still recovering from.
Yep.
And you can look online and see how long does it take a chicken or an egg to go to a chicken and start reproducing. You can see how long that even takes.
Yep.
Factor that in, right?
Yep. And it takes between 3 to 5 months before a chicken can start producing eggs. And
That's
you got to
just chickens,
think,
right?
yeah,
We're
that's
not
just
even putting
chickens.
pigs, cows, etc., right?
Right.
And plants
Yep.
that were in that time, or food in warehouses or on the land. It wasn't
Yep.
ready to go yet, but now they got flooded. They're no good, unfortunately.
Right. And once plants get flooded, once they die from flooding, they don't produce. You can't get seeds or anything from them because the seeds, it's kind of like during childbirth, if a fetus dies when it's still a fetus, it doesn't continue to grow, you know. Same thing with seeds. So
Well,
you
I
got to
wouldn't
look
use
at
such
all.
dark metaphor, but whatever.
I'm sorry.
I know.
You know how I am, CR. I just
Come on, man. We're trying to be positively prepping here.
right. Um. Yeah.
Come
I
on, man.
I
We're trying to
tried.
encourage them. Come on, work with me.
Yeah.
Trying to encourage, right? With a
I
C,
know.
at discourage.
It's just hard, brother. I know everybody wants to have a happy ending. Everybody wants to have that positivity to continue on, but it's better to be slapped with the reality while you're still able to prepare and
Be
be
optimistic, but be a realist.
right.
No, I think that's a
Like,
good way,
yes.
right? I'm not saying being paranoid, but don't put your
Hmm.
head in the sand either. It's a little
Right.
over, right?
Yeah, because you don't want to be on the receiving end
Up,
of
up. I'll stick my head in the sand, but my ears still out listening, or something.
yeah.
Something like that, right?
Well, it's the thing, it's like how a lot of people, like at the beginning of the pandemic, after the toilet paper fiasco, when we went to lockdown, there was people that were dependent on weekly shopping trips, and then grocery stores would only allow a certain amount of people into grocery stores at a time, like 6 to 10 people, to keep that distance. And there was people locked outside for hours at a time before they
It
could
wasn't
even
Black
get into the
Friday.
store.
It was
Yeah.
Black Friday. It wasn't like this new gaming system, right? That kind of thing, or a
Right.
new phone, right? Where people are waiting out line for that stuff.
Yeah.
This is a self-service grocery
And
store doing that.
yeah. And and then these people could only
Hey,
get
second, Scott,
so
why is
much.
there a tent outside this grocery store? Oh, that's why.
Oh, they've been waiting for the last 3 days to get into the store.
Right.
But
I'm
you
down to
know,
my last cup and a half of macaroni and cheese.
mm-hmm,
I gotta make it last until tomorrow when the store opens. Hopefully. Right?
yeah.
Try not to be like that.
I
At
mean,
least have 2 days.
but people were living like
At
that.
least have 2
I mean,
boxes.
during lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a reality. People were literally living on rationing because they didn't have enough food in their house or whatever to survive the lockdown. To And a lot of places, like the UK and stuff, you couldn't even go outside your house, you know? And like here in Texas, every order had to be done online. Like
Mhm.
you couldn't even go into a lot of the grocery stores to handle the food because of the epidemic. So, and then they came out with finally allowing certain people to work. And then they, instead of having people go into the stores to buy stuff, they wanted people to do all their online shopping and have a employee bring it out to your car and load your car with it. And that's kind of a form of rationing. Like you could only get a certain amount of whatever. Like you could only get 2 cans of pork and beans, or you know a can of mushrooms or whatever, because it
I'm
was.
trying to bring some people in. I
Oh,
think
you're
they're
good,
busy
bro.
though. Shadow's busy.
Now is he's probably at work.
He will be soon.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah.
No,
So
I just
I'm
said
gonna cut it.
I'm on Second Star's live stream. I just
Yeah.
just in case.
I'm actually gonna shut it down at the 2-hour mark.
Well, I wanted to talk to you after.
Okay, bro. Yeah, we can talk for a little bit. I gotta start cooking and stuff, and then tomorrow I'm going to go out for Wednesday and start the um, Great Tommy Sleep Out. And
Ooh.
yeah, I partnered up with that thing, and hopefully raise some money and everything for UK vets and American vets.
Give what you can, right?
Yeah.
I think we all understand money's tight with everyone, every single person. So do what you can.
Yeah, anything with a disinfectant property was limited to 2. Yeah, I mean, but it wasn't just that, sis. Like that was a majority of it, but a lot of food items were rationed down to a limit of 2 to 5, like
Oh
here
yeah.
in Texas and everything,
I mean,
because the
even during the
distribution.
I was gonna say, even during the flooding here in Canada, out in British Columbia, there was purchase limits on fuel.
Yep.
10 liters, whatever the amount was, right, per day,
Yeah.
per person or per vehicle or whatever, right? Right.
Yeah.
Like they actually sometimes they would actually have people out there checking. Just
Mm-hmm.
every so often. Right.
Our
Some of
gas
it was
station
on
would
the
shut
honor
off.
system. So
Yeah, see, our gas station, we don't have an honor system here in America, because,
well, at least they're honest about it.
yeah, like they would literally shut the machine off when it hit the specific gallon mark. It would be like, nope, can't go over this, and because people, because of like the fuel rationings and everything that happened like 4 years ago, when the tornado hit Texas and destroyed a good chunk of the oil refineries in Louisiana. it
Yeah.
we couldn't get gas anywhere. Like it was taking 5 to 10 days, and people were only allowed like a max of maybe 15 to 20 gallons. Some places were 20 gallons, some places were 15 gallons, and it would shut off like when you hit that mark.
Yeah, hopefully, and that won't happen again anytime soon.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's those 1-2 punches that really don't hurt.
Yep. That is true, brother.
Right. It's just the way
Yeah.
thing. Like here in Canada, we out in BC, forest fires, flooding.
Oh yeah.
A couple months apart, but still, it's a 1-2 punch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe your area, gas is higher, still manageable.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes that second punch.
Yep.
Now that gas is like from 4 to 6,
Oh yeah.
something like that, right?
Well,
Or
here.
or the supply's low.
Yeah.
Which means that demand's really high.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever the reason is, right?
Well, they're
remember,
already like.
we're not even for you guys in the U.S. You guys,
Mm-hmm.
right? But when is it? May, June starts hurricane
Yeah.
season.
Yep.
Not even there yet, right?
Well,
Maybe we'll get lucky this year. Maybe we'll get a little bit of luck. Something will go our way more for us. Or
maybe because we already had
maybe
2.
it won't be 5 or 6 major named hurricanes. Maybe it will just be 2. We'll get lucky.
Right.
We'll get lucky. Oh, well, look, some random rainstorm hit California. It's right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I'm just I don't know.
Hey, look. These last 3 months we've been getting on and off rain. It's been sunny too. Or you get that balance. That'd be nice. All right. Hopefully we get that balance. But if we
Right.
don't, we need to prepare for it. Right. I'm being optimistic that'll happen. But as a realist, I'll be like, well, the odds are pretty slim still.
Oh yeah, brother.
Right.
It's just
It's more likely.
it's just one of those things.
Here's 3 months of drought, then here's a flood for like a day.
Yeah.
Something like that, right? Because I think it's those 1-2 punches that are really don't hurt.
Right.
Like some refinery goes down. Oh, now the grid's down. That's going to be a 1-2 hit.
Yeah.
That's not hurt. Right? Do the best you can. Right? I would say do the best you can with what you have. All of us have a different budget. All of us have slightly different needs. We all have common needs, but we all have specific different needs.
Yes.
What we do and stuff. But do the best you can. Apartment, house, urban, rural, country, whatever you are. Do the best you can with what you got, right? Because the more of us are ready and can smooth out that hurdle a little bit more, the more likely that no one's gonna less of us need to
Right.
say hoard, but scavenge or take from others because we have enough to get by.
Yes.
That's what I'm worried about. When people don't have much, then you get desperate. When people get desperate, you don't know what they'll do. The less people that are desperate, probably the better off we are.
Right.
Because no one's gonna do something silly and straight right away, right?
Oh yeah.
Because I've seen people come together. I've seen this many times, right? Hopefully, we can still do that. I've seen people come together for a greater cause.
Oh, I have
right?
too.
Right?
Yeah.
So hopefully we can maintain that, right? Thinking more than yourself at times, right? Trying to help someone else out, right? I've seen people, right? I've seen people, know they don't like to be known as this H word, but I'll call them something else. Awesome
Yeah.
people. They're still awesome. Awesome people, right? Because they are. They don't have to do that because
Right.
they want to. Because regardless if it's a moral obligation, they're doing it because they want to,
Yes.
right? Not because a moral obligation, because they want to, which means that they want to see things get better. I'm pretty sure all of us can agree we want to see things get better. But until then, we gotta work at it. We gotta work at it. It's not gonna mysteriously disappear tomorrow, the next day,
Oh, no.
next month.
No.
Maybe not even by the end of the year. Right?
Oh yeah. That's one of the
What did
things.
the other said? It's gonna be the cold winter, the dark winter. I'm trying to remember that he was saying it.
Yeah.
Right. Because I have a feeling that we're gonna be in this a little longer than people realize.
Right.
In general, right?
Yep.
Right. The pandemic will fade away. However, the things that were still happening during that time, they still exist now and next year, right? Like you said, right?
Yeah.
The flooding or whatever still affects you in some capacity, right?
Yeah.
Someone still doesn't have their home. Someone's still, living somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what Beth said, she's willing to help, but like for every one person that's willing to help, there's 5 out there that have been brainwashed that they are the only, that it's me, and those are the same people that,
I think help if you can, but realize, if you go down trying to help someone, well, you're probably not to be able to help them then.
yeah,
I always say back to the oxygen mask on a plane, right?
right,
Put it on for yourself first, then help someone else. Because if you pass out, you're no help to anyone.
right,
If you're still nice and strong, you probably can
yeah,
help. But if you're weak, tired, really, I'm gonna ask someone to help in that sense, right? But if you're strong, still willing,
right,
try to help because you're still able to. If you
yeah,
like second story, if you were injured or whatever, be like, no, help when you can,
yeah,
right? You if you had a broken leg or whatever, I'd be like, okay, second story, you gotta braid, you gotta chop up the food. That's your role. I'll do the
yeah,
walking.
right.
He won't be able to, right?
Oh yeah,
I'll be like,
and
he's more cut out for it.
yeah.
See how I put that pun in there? Yeah. Yes. Put one there.
All right, we're hitting
Thanks
the
for having me on.
2-hour mark right now, brother, and I'm gonna tell everybody you just stay here. But thank you all for coming and joining us, and I want to say thank you to CR for being with me, and I want to say thank you to everybody else. And like I said, if y'all can, go check out Creative Redundancy, and I will see y'all next time. Y'all take care. Love y'all. Bye, family.
Bye.